Action Research. Virtual poster presentation by Sarah Danke. Action Plan. As an educator, I've noticed a fair share of poorly designed group projects due to students choosing their own group members, sometimes called collaborative group work. This type of learning may help teachers to facilitate, rather than dominate, the learning process. The research topic for this presentation suggests that random grouping for project/collaborative work can be successful when presented and explained sufficiently. It also involves the cooperation of the students as well, which stems from the rapport the teacher builds with his/her students. It starts with the educator to create that kind of environment. If you want your students to become successful with collaborating with each other, it is important that the classroom environment suggests that. I have encountered many problems arising with group work during my placements that stem from students having a choice in choosing their group partners. This often leaves students out and creates a mess that could have been avoided. Learning to work with others, students have the chance to use their skills in ways that can be beneficial to their learning. In order for the teacher to have successful outcomes from randomly grouping students for collaborative work, the educator must be cognizant of how best to facilitate effective collaborative learning environments. When students work in small groups to uncover the answers themselves, they go through a learning process that is often rewarded with both an enriched understanding of the material and a higher retention rate. Random grouping for collaborative work enhances each student's skills in the classroom. Learning how to work with your peers prepares the students for the outside world and by understanding the benefits and potential pitfalls. A group can capitalize on the virtues of group work and minimize the obstacles that hinder success. My research question is, how can I use random grouping in a grade 3 classroom to create an effective collaborative learning environment? Here are some definitions that will be used throughout my research project. Collaboration, the action of working with someone to produce or create something. Collaborative learning, a variety of educational approaches involving joint intellectual effort by students or students and teachers together. Hate. Group hate has been referred to as the dread and repulsion that many people feel about working in groups or teams. Support, a close and harmonious relationship in which the people or groups concerned understand each other's feelings or ideas and communicate well. Active learning, a form of learning in which teaching strives to involve students in the learning process more directly than in other methods. Data sources. Observations would be made starting from the beginning of the school year. The major aspect to keep in mind is to build rapport with the students and get to know them well before conducting the random groupings. I will be observing how the students collaborate with each other while simultaneously building a classroom environment that allows for involvement, cooperation, and teamwork. Surveys will be conducted twice each month to have a sense of how the students feel working with friends and other classmates. This will help me figure out the classroom environment as I continue creating a collaborative environment for the students and drive them to successful random groupings. The participants in this study are students, colleagues, and teachers. Data will be collected from the students as they will be the ones to provide the data for my research. My colleagues will be a useful resource as I will be asking and recording the techniques they use in their classroom to achieve a collaborative space with random grouping. Lastly, the data will be collected in the classroom throughout the year as the strategies and techniques are used to create the achievable environment in order to have a successful random student grouping. Maintaining reliability and validity. Through the weekly observations that will be conducted through me, daily jot notes will also be taken to ensure truthfulness in regards to how the classroom environment started in September to how it evolved in June. Observations and the anecdotal records will be used as notes of the collaborative environment that the classroom will turn into. Surveys and questionnaires are used to be able to get feedback on the students' thoughts and feelings of the classroom environment and how they feel about group work and working with their peers. Validity will be ensured with the students' honest thoughts. It is important to collect their thoughts and feelings towards the classroom environment to ensure validity of their feelings and what I can do as an educator to foster the progression of the students' skills and development. Data collection procedures. I will be collecting data through anecdotal notes once a week from September to June. I will also be conducting surveys after group work has been submitted twice a month to examine the students' thoughts and feelings towards the groups they have worked in. Ethical consideration. Confidentiality will be achieved by creating a pseudonym for each student while conducting the observations. The surveys and questionnaires, the students will be identified through an assigned number for confidentiality. I will be required to obtain research ethics approval from the school board and the school principal, as well as the consent from parents, students, and teachers. Data analysis. Since data will be collected weekly through observational reflections based on collaboration between students in the classroom, it will also be analyzed weekly. The data collected weekly will reflect how the following week will be progressed. Observations and surveys that will be conducted twice each month will reflect upon the students' feelings and thoughts about the grouping process. Closure. This research project resonated with me in many ways. As a student, there were times in which I have found it difficult to foster a successful group project since the classroom environment was not subject to a safe and collaborative space. Today, as an educator, I want to be able to create a safe space for the students to be able to collaborate freely with each other in the classroom. With this research, the different strategies used to be able to create that type of environment to foster a safe and collaborative classroom will create successful random grouping with the students. Develop practical strategies that would be able to be successfully cultivated. These strategies would help students create a safe and collaborative environment collectively with the teacher while simultaneously building teamwork and facilitating a positive interdependence within the classroom.